Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are in Enshrouded, a survival building, crafting and action RPG game set within a sprawling voxel-based continent. Some of you were looking out for me to drop a tutorial, so here it is, a cozy little starter house that you can stay in for a while until you build your dream home. So let's jump right in. The build blocks and pieces needed to complete this build are flintstone, rough stone block, rough wood block, shroud wood block, tar shingle roof, and stone shingle roof. So I recommend you get 1,000 each of these pieces so that you don't run out while building. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is going to grab our build hammer and open up our build menu by pressing tab. Once you have that done, you just hold down on Alt key. Now it should give you all the categories that you can select. I'm currently on the 2 meter section there, and just release the Alt key and it drops down, and I'm using the first option here. So I have this little chunky block to do the foundation, and what you're going to do is that we're going to look at the ground where the ground level is. So it's currently floating at I bring it down one more. I'm just using the mouse, just looking up and down kind of thing here at the right position. So you're just going to bring it right at the ground level. You're going to bring it down one more, so you see right in just a bit like that. So we're going to use that height. You're going to place that block, and then you should be able to use it to snap the other pieces in. Once you have the when you press X and use the snapping points that is on the bottom right of your screen. So once that is in place, you're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then for the sides here, you're going to go, this says 1, 2, 3, and 4. You repeat the same thing over here and basically fill this out. Next, we're going to mark out where we're going to put our columns. So for the corners, there are 4 corners. So you're going to first open up your build menu, press on Alt key. You're going to go to the 1M section there, and once you have that selected, you can these. Now you'll have a couple options here. You go into number 4. It says 2 by 2 wall blocks, so that's what we're going to use. And you're going to use your right mouse key and take that out, going all the way down to the ground like that. You're going to do the same thing here. Then we have to get up top just to make sure that you echo this properly. Remember that you have the good thing is that you have a undo button, so you can press Y to, if you make a mistake of digging out the ground there and you didn't do that, press Y, and this is really super handy. State this out, and we're just gonna do this last one here. Now once you have those in place, so you're going to switch on, so press Alt key, and then you're going to go to the 4M section, release Alt key, and then you have a selection there. So you're going to go down to number 6, and you're going to switch your material, so over to the right. You can hold down on Control, mouse wheel, go down to flintstone, have that selected, and now you're going to position this in here. Now once you have the snapping enabled, you're gonna have difficulty trying to get this right here. So turn that off, make it a lot easier for you, and you see how it slides down like that. Now you're just gonna basically use your position your character and also use your mouse to get this in. So as you can see, it needs to go down a little bit more to the ground here. Just gonna make sure that that happens. Let's see if we can get that right in here. It's a bit finicky, so it's gonna take a bit of practice. So once you're in, just look at the left and right. It looks like it's all good, and then it's perfectly in. Now we can do the other side here. Just make sure that you're at the right level. It looks like the same height. Place that in. Okay, made a mistake there. Do an undo like that, and try to reposition it properly. There we have it. So we can just do the same thing for the other 2. So now that you have your columns in, now the next thing that we're going to do is work on the front here. So go back into your build menu, and you're going to go back to 2M section, and you're going to turn on the snapping point. This will help you to be precise and to get the right position where I'm placing mines now. So because we have already placed some little blocks here, so we can use that as a guide to find the right snapping point here. So we're gonna place this in the center, so you can see it's right here. Let's place it right there, like that. You're going to hold down an Alt key, switch on back over to 1M section, and you're gonna go to the 2 by 2 wall blocks. I'm gonna place one right here and another right here. Then all over this side here and a here. So that is how the front should look. All right, so the next thing that you're going to do, you're going to go back into your build menu and you go to the 1M section. If you're still there, it's fine. Then the first one, number 1, which is a single wall block, I'm going to use that to take away this section here, just the front part here. You're going to take out the top and the bottom. So this, pretty much removing this row here. All this. And just remember that if you made a mistake, you can press Y to undo. And to check if you have the correct measurements, you can have the 1 meter block if you're still on it, and you should be able to count from this spot here, 1, 2, 3. If it's more or less, then you may have to get that to the right amount there. And the front here, the width of it should be like counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright, so if everything is all good, then we can proceed further by taking out this corner here and the other side like this. You're gonna switch back to, well, you're gonna switch on over to the 2M section. So hold on Alt, scroll this wheel, and you're gonna go to number 5, which has a column here size. And you're gonna make sure that you are on the flintstone block. You're gonna switch that. Turn off snapping point so that you're able to position this in correctly there. Down a bit here, mouse down, and get that in. So you should have like a 1 extra right here. And just gonna do the same thing. Let's move character forward, get that in there, and you should be good. So this should be at the same height as these columns that we have placed here. So we're just gonna try to put this in. Let's move our character just a bit. Place this other one right here. Well, undo. And as you can see, all the columns are at the same height. The next thing you're going to do, hold on Alt key, make sure go to the 2M section, and you're gonna go to number 2. Now you're gonna make sure that you have the Enshrouded block selected. So hold down on Control and use the mouse wheel and scroll up to select that. Now, once you have that selected, you're going to position this. Make sure that the snapping is off for this. So you're just going to use your character and your mouse to position this properly. So you may have to push your character back or forward, whichever. Then you're going to make sure that the wall is at the same height. So you want to place this first one here. Make sure that it's more in and not out. So you have a little bit of depth here to the side. It's going to do this all around the here. So it's gonna snap this in like that. So for this section here, if you're inside the build, because the walls here, you're unable to kind of go all the way out, so that you can position this wall in at the same height as the column. Not to worry, you can just go back a bit here, hold down on your Q button and use your mouse wheel, scroll it forward, and it should go down like that. Then you're able to position it properly at the same height as the column. If in the case that that the wood is pretty much above the height of the column, you can chisel it off by using the 1Q. It's fine. You just can rotate that piece back a bit, your mouse up and down, try to get the right level there, and place it in like that. Do the same thing here on the other side. Just rotate this character back a bit, get that lined up, then rotate it, pressing R, position it properly. Should be at the right height there. If not, we can take it off. Alright, that is fine. So this is what you should have so far. So the next thing you're gonna do is that you're going to go to the 4M section, and once you have that selected, go to number 8 for the stairs. Now you're gonna position this. Now you may have to use you can use your Q, or use your Q and mouse wheel to either push it forward or back. We used it earlier, so you may have to reposition it so that you can maybe see the piece. Is if you have it all the way forward and you're looking down on the ground, it's going to show it pretty much like it's all the way down in the ground. So you just pull it backward and you should be able to see the piece. Now once you have it in view, you're going to slide it to the front of our foundation there. It should have about 3 steps like that. And once you have this in, now we're going to switch on over to our 1M section, and number 2 is our selection there. We're going to use the tar shingle roof over to the right. You have that, and what you're going to do is that you're going to hold down on control, select that, and then you're going to place a block right here and another right here. You're going to get this nice little arch for your little doorway here, and it's going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to work on our doorway here, and what you're going to do is that hold on Alt key and make sure that you're in the 1M section, and you're going to select on number 2. You're already on it, that is fine. And what you're going to do is that you're going to skip right here and then just go back a bit, and you're going to use, you can use either the stone shingle roof or the tar shingle roof. Either one of them is fine. And you're going to place a block, 1 block right here, 2, 3, 4, 5, and right at 5. Now this is gonna be kinda tricky, but to make sure it's at the same level right here, both here is fine. This should be right up at the top there. So let me just do that, just make sure they see clear. So where the box is positioned, where it seems like there's a gap there, but there isn't, there's a root piece there. You're gonna snap it right there and you're gonna get a piece looking like this. So you're gonna pretty much carry this all the way to this side here. So right at the top, not this part, right at the top where it looks like there's a missing gap right here. So just bring this all the way over like that. You should have something like that. Then you're gonna place these here, going all the way up to meet that. You should have your doorway shape this. Now you're gonna put 1 more row up here, but you're gonna need to put down a scaffolding to make it easier for you. Then it's gonna place 1 right here. Switch back to your hammer, press tab, and then you can place these in just like that. So the next thing we're going to do is to make a little bit of adjustment here. So what you're going to do is that you're going to take out this row blocks to right here. Just take that out here, do that. So you should have a higher doorway looking like this. Now what you're going to make sure to do is to use a door just to check it if it is right size. So it should look like this once you place the door in. Good size there. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to work on is the roof for the front here. So I want you to just make sure that the positioning is correctly as I have it, just to make sure that you have the same ease of placing this piece. So I held down on Q and have the piece, use the mouse wheel and shift it backwards, so all the way back. So this is all the way forward, this is all the way back, so that you can get a closer view of how to place this thing. So you see me have a position right there, and it seems like it has like a 1 meter overhang right there for the roof to the left, and for the front it's like a little hangover there for the front. So the next position would be like this, and this would be the next thing. You have to make sure that you have this exact look. Then you can place that in, press R to rotate the piece, and you're just going to try to do the same thing. Just move your character around so it's at the right position for the right side hangover, and then we're going to move the character forward just to get it positioned just like that. And then you can snap that in. There we have it for the front. Now we just need to work on this little area here. So just a correction here, and I just want to you bear in mind of this. So whenever you're using the stone shingle roof for the top here, when you're placing these pieces in, you have to use the tar shingle roof. There's a reason, because there's a cleaner when these pieces meet. There's a clean line to it, so it's a lot cleaner if it is the same piece. Another thing that you should note is that if you start this with tar shingle roof, you keep it at tar shingle roof. If you mix it with stone, you're gonna have a little bit of problem getting in some gaps here, and that's what I've experienced. So just want to let you guys know of that if you're having difficulties getting this area, this part done. And once you have this in place, what you're gonna do is that you're gonna go right up to the top here, and let me just get the roof piece there. Make sure it's just tar shingle roof. We're gonna place one right in that area there. Let me undo. Just make sure that it's in the right position. So right up there, and let me pull this back right there, and then one over to the left top, and the other. They should have this shape in the middle, and you can put a window right here just to finish that off. So I just wanted to point that out. Also, I do apologize for the choppy audio. I'll try to next time, next video, to improve on that, because this is a different computer, so the settings are a little bit off. So while I was working on this, there was this interesting trick I did, and it was really cool, and I thought that this was gonna be like a sweet addition to this house. So if in the case that these roof pieces they are placed in are the tar shingle roof, preferably, I know there's a little bit of extra work by taking it out and put it back in. Trust me, it's worth it. It's gonna be worth it when you see this. So what you're going to do is that once it is the tar shingle roof you use right here, yes, then you have the stone roof. You can just take this out. What happened? It creates this, and it's because the roof is not close enough for it to just show the wood and not the roof beams. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna reposition this roof here. Now you're going to slide it upwards more. So before this was where it was at, now shift it up like this, and you're gonna snap that in. Oh, correction, let me switch on over to the stone shingle roof. Let me just reposition that. Yeah, snap that in, so it should be a little bit higher. Then you're gonna remove this one here, rotate it, try to position it, bring it forward a bit, and snap that in, and it creates this cool little design here. I was not expecting at all. That's really neat. And what you can do is that you can just grab your door also, and you're gonna set the door back a bit because we want to give it some depth, not in line right here, but back a bit like that. The next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna focus on the base here, all around the structure, a bit more front here. So you're gonna grab your, we're going to hold down Alt, switch to 1M section, select number 1, make sure that the flintstone is selected. You're going to place 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So pretty much this should be the same height. You should stop at this, the height is the same as this. Then for the front here, we're just going to 2, like that. Do the same thing over here. I did it already. I'm just going to and for this side here, you're pretty much doing it for all the columns. So you're just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 2. You should have it this. So you can go ahead and the other columns, and we'll move on from here. So once you've added the details here to the columns, you can switch on to using the hold down and control and switch over to the rough stone blocks. And you're just gonna place a 1, 2. Should be at the same height as this one here. It's gonna pretty much bring this across. Like that. So do the same thing here on this side. There you have it. Now we're going to open up, mark our windows. So we're just going to, you should have a space of 1, 2, 3, 4 when you use 1 meter cube. You're going to go right here, take out this block, take out this block, 1, So pretty much you're taking out 6 of these blocks here, so you can get a nice window looking like that. Over to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. For the other side, what you're going to do is that you're going to count from 1, 2. You break this block. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to do the other side here. 1, 2, 1, 4. You go around the back here. You're just going to check from this side here. 1, 2 space, and then break these 2 blocks. Just go up 1. Pretty much 6, just like the front here. Do the same thing over here. Skip 2 blocks. 1, 2. Then break these 2 right here. Let's go all the way up there. Should have it looking like this. So you do the same thing here on this side for 1, 2. It's 1, 2. It's going all the way up that 1. Okay, so next we're gonna install our windows. So this is pretty easy. Just build the regular windows and just rotate it and just snap this in. Now I also use the windows to add a little bit of detail here to the front. So you're going to rotate the piece here, and you're just going to aim here to the side. You're gonna get a snapping point. Yes, so going into the wall like this. You're gonna snap that piece in, and then you should be able to snap another top like this. I've done this already on the other side, so you should have it in. For these sides, so this and the other side here, you're going to place the window 1 right here, and you're going to place another top. I'll make sure that they're in line with each other. Take this up. Let's make sure that it's pretty in line. Let's do the other side right here. Here. But the next thing what we're going to do is that we're going to add our roof for the big structure here of the build. And you're going to make sure that you have the stone shingle roof selected, and you're going to position this to make sure that it's at the same height as the front here. So basically the edge of the roof should be meeting the edge of the column right here, as you can see, just like that. So make sure that it's a 1 meter overhang. There's a 1 meter overhang to the front like this, and to the side is all right, so you can just snap that in like that. As you can see, it's at the same height there. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Rotate the piece. Let's position it. Get it close in. It's over. Okay, so we have that 1 meter rang for the front and this side. And snap that in. And look at that. It's the same there. You can just say this. Now to make it easy to snap the root piece here, just press X to turn on the snapping point. And we're just gonna try to aim right up there. Sometimes it can be a problem. It's because this window is right here, so you may have to just take out this top window here so that doesn't get in the way for you. Turn the snapping points on. You may have to get to a higher height, so we're just gonna grab our scaffold and help us out here. All right, now let's go back to the hammer. Stab, rotate. We have the snapping point still enabled, and able to get it in like that. Or if you're having difficulty, maybe you can turn it off and just try to position it like that. You can just do the same thing for the other side. Pretty much easy, and then you can just fill the middle. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, so right here we're going to focus on this area here, and you're going to select on number 3 if you're still at the 2 meter roof option, and you're going to have the inner roof corner be selected. Now this is, you have to make sure that this is snapped in exactly how I'm doing it, or it's gonna be a little bit off. So you're going to move your mouse over so that it can go in pretty much overlapping the roof that we already placed there, like about 1 meter. This is perfect, and you're just gonna place that in. And just to make sure that it is all good, you're just going to switch back to number 1, take that piece there and lined up properly. That everything looks like it's flushed. Look at it from the outside, it looks good, and you can pretty much do the other side here. Back to the corner. Make sure that it's overlapping the piece here. If you put it to the edge, it's gonna be off. Overlapping it, as you can see, it's slightly go into the other roof here. Place that in, should be good, and you can just use the roof side and just fill out everything from this section here and the back section. Next thing we're going to do, so if you're in the 2M roof section, so make sure that you're on the first one, number one here, and you're just going to position it. You're going to place it on top of this roof piece here. It's pretty much going to be in line right here, but you're going to slide this down a little, about right here. So the highlighted piece here should be, the edge of it should be in line with what I've built down here. As you can see, there's a little misty blue glow of the original piece of this piece here, and this should be just a little bit, and this, it should have it looking like this. The other piece right here, it's pretty easy to snap this one in. Just press X to enable this auto snap. Snapping point here, just get that piece in like that. Now you would do the same thing here on the other side, just like what I have here. And once you have that done, you can switch to number 6, which is the straight rooftop. What you're gonna do is that you're going to position this. Make sure to disable the snapping, because that's gonna be, so make sure that you have you can use Q to help to bring it backward. Just try to find the right position for it. In Q right now, kind of push it down or back like this, and just get it to overlap both sides so that it comes up like that. So you're pretty much doing the same thing over here. Switch back to the number 1. Just down, make sure the front is in line, and then slide this our character a bit. That's all right there. So it should forward a bit in line side here. Press X so that it snaps in there easy for you. Then switch to number 6, straight rooftop. Disable X for the snapping point, so you can get that in like that. Then you're able, and then that's how your roof is gonna look. So now that we are finished with the front here, so we're gonna focus on the sides and the back. So for the side here, we're going to, and you're gonna do the same thing for the other side here. You're gonna pull this out. So bring out our hammer. We're just going to go to the 2M section there and go to number 4, door frame, which is the name of it. And you're going to make sure that you have Enshrouded selected, and you're just going to place, you're kind of pretty much going to fill this area here out. Make sure that the using snapping point is disabled so that you don't have any problems trying to get this piece in here. So you're just going to fill this out. Let's go across like this all the way up. Pretty much that's it. And for the windows, you're gonna just open this up. 1, 2. So it should. Oh yeah, you can put the windows back in, especially for this side. You just get that in. Let me pick that up and position it properly. There we go. Back to the hammer. I'm just gonna open this up. Okay, we're good. So once this is pretty much done, you're gonna switch the material to the flintstone, and we're still using the 1 meter block cube. And just from the top here, I'm gonna put 2. So 1 over here, 1 right. Pretty much it should be centered. So see the peak there of the roof, this is centered to it, and it's gonna bring this line, bring it down. You can see that is how it should look. So you're carrying this all the way down here. Once you're here, you can take this out right here, place this in, take that out, put this in, and basically you're going to place extend it out like this. Just make sure that the piece underneath here filled out. Can be finicky when you're trying to get parts, so you may have to remove the top here just to get that in properly. There we go. Then we're gonna put 1 more here, 1 more right here. Now for the top here, so right in front of it, the very top flintstone, so you're gonna place 1 here, this 1 right there, and you're just gonna bring it down to 1, 2, 3. This is that's the last, and just leave it leave it right there. Next thing you're gonna do is that you're gonna switch to go to number 2. Use your mouse wheel, still 1M, number 2 there, and that says single roof blocks. Then you're going to switch on over to the tar shingle roof. So hold it on control and use the mouse wheel. Now the reason why I want to use that because you're using stone roof and I want it to not attach, give it like a rendering that it's attached to the wood here, but it shows that it's separate. So you're gonna place fill this area here. Place one right there. Right. Actually, so right here, we're gonna take this one out. We're actually gonna go back to the 1M, 1 meter block. We're gonna fill that. Take this one out. So it should be like this. So we can do over here and just put an extra here. And then I can switch back to the single roof block. And then I can carry this all the way up. This. Basically like a, eave of roof. And go all the way up like that. It should be good. That, as you can see, you notice where it's smooth here. It's not joining close to the other roof. Let me show you how it would look if it was the same roof piece I was using. You would get this look right here. So it has to be 2 different type of roof. So one stone roof and the other the tar shingle roof. So make note of that. But that's a nice way to add a nice little clean look there. The next detail that you're going to add to the side here, you're going to place a flintstone, right? One right here. So it's not here, to the edge, and one right there. You're also going to place flintstones here, right here, and over here. So this is the overall look you should have. The next thing you're going to do, you're going to grab your windows and just rotate it, stick this in the column and snap this one on top of it like that, and do the same thing here. And you're gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. See, I've pretty much added those, and that's pretty much it for the sides. Then for the back here, there's nothing much to do here. And I think I want to just leave it plain as is because it's the back, so not much is going on. So the next thing we're going to focus on is adding our chimney. Now for the chimney, so you're going to go to the 1M section, select the first block, number 1. I've already taken out 2 right here. So you're just going to take out 2 more here from the top. So 1 on this side and 1 on that side here. So you pretty much have room to place a 2x2 wall block here. So this piece I'm on number 4, and you're going to switch to the rough stone block and you're going to place that right in here. It's like, well, make sure that it's centered. So let me go right up the top here and get this centered. Let's lower it down just a bit, just like that. Then we can raise this up about let's give it about say this height. I think this is good. And then we're gonna switch back to our number 1 meter block here, and we're just gonna do the sides here, going around it like so, because it's a tiny house. We're gonna give it a tiny chimney, not too big. And that is pretty much it. So the next thing we're gonna look at, so we're currently inside here, and if you've noticed that I've dug out the foundation I've placed here to do the structure here. So to give you an idea as to how far down I've dug this area out to, so using the cube going in 1M and the 2x2 cube here from this point here, and then in the 2M section there is this this size here. So it's about yeah, so this and the 2x2 meter cube. Okay, so next we're gonna do, what I want you to do is just to make sure that you have just place this down here, or maybe it is in the corner, or if you have it like me, which is fine, so that you can maybe, if you want to center the doorway that you're gonna place right here. So if this is down in the corner, so you're gonna place one of these 2x2 wall blocks. This is in the 1M section, one right here. Just kind of get the, so that you can be accurate in placing this doorway. I'm just going to put it's going to be somewhere right here is where I'm going to put the right here is where I'm going to put the doorway. So I'm going to take this out. So just remember, it's about this chunky one here is coming out like this. I think this, two of these makes one of these the width of it. So if you put two of these, that's fine. And then right here would be the opening that you're going to use. You just basically can use this the 2x2 block and just kind of dig out this area here. Just go all the way back. Just take out the top here. Just gonna push this back a bit. So just to give you an idea how far I've dug this back, it's basically about 2 of these 2x2 wall blocks here. You can see from the foundation here. So that will give you a clear idea how far I brought this back. And then now what we're gonna do is go to the 2M section and go to number 8 for the stairs, and we're just going to slide this in, try to center it and bring it down just a bit, going into the ground like that. Should be able to go down smooth like this. May have to, I think that is it. Yes, nice and clean. So what you can do is just do the sides here. So you can switch to number 7 and try to position this down. So you may have to go down here and try to place it at an angle. So we're just going to shift my character just a little bit here, lower it down. I think that is good, and we're just going to place that in like that. Then we can do the other side. See, nice and clean. So we're able to pass through and get out. So we can, but we also need to clean this up a bit. Let me push this a bit further this way. So just have to bear in mind of the positioning there. You just have to check to see if it's all good. It's all good right here. So I'm able to, I can work with this. And then what I'll do is that I'll switch back to number 1. I'm still in the 2M section here, and feels like I need to put like one of these. Well, let me go for a smaller one. Let's go to the 1M and try to put a block right beside it, just to clean this up a bit. Maybe go let it stop right there. Yeah, let's put this down, undo it. So I'm aiming at the side here so I can get that in. You may have to dig the area, and maybe you can use this same block and dig the area, and then you can place it in if you're having difficulty like what I'm having currently. Let me move this cooking station as it's creating a little problem. I can just dig it out, and then I can just place it in the ground like that. Once you're comfortable with the size of your root cellar, whichever size you choose, and just put your flooring in. It's gonna take some time. It can be a little bit finicky here, but just remember to shift your character around and just get the positioning right, and you should be good from there. I'm just gonna go ahead and decorate this off screen and then show you what I have. Okay, so here's the final preview of the build, and this is what I was able to do. It's pretty minimum as to what you would access right off the bat. Now, these carpets, you won't access them unless you get the hunter, which is further down. But yeah, it's not so hard to find the hunter. The only NPC I found a little bit of difficulty getting is the carpenter. So he's a bit of a challenge where you're going. But this is how it's set up here. Got some nice chandeliers, and this is from the carpenter too, so he has some cool stuff, I can say, and there's a lot more out there to unlock. So while I was even doing this whole build, I was exploring and got those stuff here and set up a nice little fireplace here, making the place cozy. And then we're gonna head around the back here where I toss all of the crafting stuff here, the 2 kilns outside, and down here I place the forge just temporarily because I'm gonna give each of these NPCs their own house. So just to set up some little chests here and just place a couple of the racks. This is a decent amount of space for just for the early game. So yeah, I hope this was pretty much of a help to you guys to understand the whole build system and learn a few tricks there. That is it. Hope you had fun building this, and don't forget to always aspire to inspire. Peace.